Hey everyone, Corey here. Would love to come in to do a live. Don't get time right now. I am traveling. I'm on the road. So I just wanted to come in though and do a quick little video for the new moon energy as I'm preparing to travel out to do a few hours of live mediumship with a group. It's my first time out. The last time I did a live mediumship in a big group was actually 2 years ago, and it was a leap year. It was on February the 29th. And so here I am back in the area, but traveling outside of Slave Lake and traveling to Drift Pile today. And so this is the first time in 2 years that I've been out doing live mediumship groups, and I'm very thankful to be out. And it's the turning of the tides, and that's what this energy feels like today, is that the turning of the tides. But the key, the choices and decisions are in our hands. Do we stay in, do we allow ourselves to only see the sense of our own suffering and to stay in that story, or do we make a choice to choose to also be the ones that finds our solutions to the areas and that we need to put our focus to move forward? There's a big shift that is happening today, and it is, we do have the power of threes that is also playing out for us. But the cards that they gave me to use was the keys to the universe, and these are Diana Cooper cards. And with that comes in that, our laws and the keys and having that awareness. So sometimes that sense of awareness that opens us up to a new possibility. So every time you learn something new, every time that you gain some new wisdom or some new information, or you've had a new experience, on the other side of that, there's a door that you can open to, to what did I learn from this? What did I gain from this? What was there for me? And so the more that we allow ourselves to evolve beyond our old stories, our old self, the old everything that we try to hold on to, or believing the old narrative, right? It's like, so, we have a lot of dismantling that's happening. We also have a lot of things that are really, truly leading the way in fight or flight and fear stories and bringing forth that energy. And a lot of people are truly, honestly, really scared. But on the other side of all of that, there's still light. And so the beautiful white light beings that are channeling through me have ultimately said, on the other side of your human existence is a spiritual existence. There is the essence of the spirit. And so finding the aspects of the greatness of who and what we are and returning to that spirit will help us be able to really put our energy and focus into being the light instead of being more of the fear story, to bring that light in. And as this new moon energy brings us into that darkness, where it's that sense of there is no light, but we are the light in the dark, right? We have the capability wherever we are to be the solutions within our own lives, to be that for ourselves. So the card that comes out for this is, I need glasses, which are very dirty at the moment, the spiritual laws, right? The alchemy and magic. And I love these cards. And this is a day when, miracles can unfold. Not really, it may not be exactly today, but what about in 2 days? What about in 3 weeks? What about in a month? What about it is another moment from now? What they tell us is that it is us taking the action to walk without knowing, without having to know, with stepping into the unknown, becoming very aware of how we live in such an unknown world. So nothing is guaranteed. Nothing ever was guaranteed. Never your next moment, never your next day, never nothing in a relationship. Nothing ever was guaranteed. We tell ourselves that story so that we can allow ourselves to feel safe. And then when somebody rocks the boat and tells us we're not, then we fear the possibility of something else that is going to happen. Well, nothing is a guarantee. And so this is telling us that if we take action towards allowing ourselves to know that the unknown is very present, but we're willing to walk into the unknown with faith and that sense of hope, that we can be walking into the essence of the possibility of miracles. So if we start talking miracles, if we start talking more of faith and spirituality and light and love, the more that amplifies the energy. We are all connected into that oneness and to be a part of that oneness. So this is what the card has to say for us. Miracles can occur when you bring your energy or someone else's into alignment with divine perfection. At the fifth dimensional level, you must learn karmic lessons and do something about them in a positive way. The alchemy can occur. Positive thoughts are fifth dimensional. Touching others to raise frequency enables a transformational change in attitude. Use alchemy wisely. Use alchemy wisely to transmute, transform, inspire, and enlighten, and allow the magic to bring us together as one. Guidance. Hear the clear note of truth emanating from a clear, vibrant crystal. Listen to a person today to bring forward their wisdom and talents. The action. Ensure whatever you do today, you do because it is your truth. Do it with the highest intention for the greatest good of all. The key. Express the truth of your soul and magic occurs. And that is the beauty, the essence of when we start to allow ourselves to awaken. Yesterday there was a blog that I posted, and it was about the awakening into 50s, and turning 50 was one thing, becoming in the breath in between space, in that time of becoming, allowing myself to go from 50 to 51, or to kind of bathe into that new era of life, that new time has been this journey of hurt and pain and release and letting go and letting the old version of myself die, so that I can live as if I have not yet lived. Live from that place of the childlike energy. Live as if I have not yet lived. Live with the curiosity. Become the greatest observer. Bring forth and walk with faith and trust that where I'm being guided by God, that's the place I'm meant to go. So when you allow yourself to come from that place, and it really took getting angry and allowing myself to be angry, but to meet the pain with love. And when you meet the pain with love, you then no longer are criticizing and judging yourself for what I shoulda, coulda done, woulda done, about still holding on to that anger and that resentment, and setting people free of being responsible without them even knowing, by me holding on to threads that holds them, but also setting free even people within my own life that I love dearly, to allow them to come into their truth, to become them. And if they're not satisfying my happiness and my needs, well, that's not what they're here on earth to do. So meeting their pain and where they are with love, for compassion, for knowing I have walked a path. I haven't walked in their shoes, but I've walked a path of pain. Each and every one of us have. So if we know pain and we know the hurt, why are we so judgmental to add more pain and hurt onto another's because they're not fulfilling the needs that we want, or they're not being the person that we want them to be? No one is here to be the person that you want them to be. You're not here to be the person that you were in the past. You're here to allow yourself to evolve and to grow into the state of becoming. The greatest key that we have is to allow ourselves to raise our energy, to evolve in the reflection of spirit, in the reflection of the perfection of God consciousness. We're perfect the way that we are. We're here to buffer out the crevices, the wrinkles, the things that we didn't know. But once we know, we can't unknow. And once you awaken, you know something new. The more you pretend you don't know, or the more you live in that energy of allowing fear of, oh God, how do I remove this, or how do I go beyond that, is that now you know it. So once you know it, you have the opportunity to acknowledge it, to heal through it, to do what needs to be done. The key that locks the door, that keeps you trapped in the old, is the misery of choice that you choose to sit in the problem and not to move into the solution. By not allowing yourself to open the door, to let the fresh air in, let the sun, let the divine help you clear the energy to find solutions, to come into that place of awareness. But all you have to do is put the key in and open the door. Or you just have to say yes. Say yes to the choice to choose to see in the dark. Say yes to the choice to choose to allow for the removal. Surrendering is the ability to come all the way into the inner self, into the heart, to acknowledge that I have been trying to do this on my own for so long and I can't, or I've been trying to just hope that it would disappear, but it hasn't. And so I'm acknowledging it because I'm worthy to acknowledge it for myself to set that free. And so express the truth of your soul and magic occurs. And that magic then is the beginning of a journey of healing. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it means that miracles can happen. Action brings change. Acknowledge that for yourself today. Much love. Have a beautiful new moon. And as we're in this, I think the second day of new moon, but it's in the threes, power of threes, in alignment to who we truly are. Much love. Bye-bye.